Good morning, guys. It's time to get coffee. I'll talk to you about the video I'm going to be bringing you today. It'll help. Rain last night. That's my own version of 3-in-1. That's what a late night of editing looks like. Hey, good morning, guys. I wanted to add a little bit to this video this morning. I was up late editing this video last night, and I was going through and learning about the Lumix G7. And I got to tell you, one of the things I want to add before I even get into the video is that I love the menu on this thing. It's so intuitive to get through, to kind of go through and do your settings, see where you're at, tweak things a little bit. What guy with a camera doesn't like to tweak stuff? It is super easy. I'm really impressed. The 5200 I ran on auto all the time, as well as even the GS35, as small and as simple as that thing is. The menu's similar to this one, but I just ran things on auto. This thing here, there are some things that you look at, how you're setting your picture control up and how flat you want that to come out. Just a few different things here that were just so easy to get to understand what that certain menu application pertains to and adjust it to however you're going to be shooting. So I really like it, and I just want to do this quick intro to those features that I found while doing this video. So I hope you enjoy the video. This video is really just me opening a box. There's nothing special to it. A lot of guys do unboxings, and I never really understood why. And it isn't that you it is that you get a new toy and stuff like that, but really there was a specific thing that I wanted to get the G7 for, having the 4K ability, outboard mic, Wi-Fi, blah, 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 blah. These basic kind of features that are in this thing that I didn't have in the 5200. Really priced right at $5. So if you have any comments, if you have any comments about this video, watch through this video, and as you see things, if you want to comment on specific things, go ahead. I will answer you. Subscribe. Also, I was up very, very late. I want to blame Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat. Peter is a freak. I mean, his cinematics are just off the charts. He's been doing it for a long time. He started doing vlogs a year or so ago. And so the stuff that he brings, the ideas, the freshness, the pop, he is one poppy puppy. I really, really enjoy his videos. I think they're really, inspirational. Well, they are inspirational for me for attempting techniques that I don't even know how to do yet. So I really highly encourage you to check out Peter McKinnon. He does so many different things. Now, granted, he's running around with a 1DX and a camera the size of a small baby on a Gorilla Pod. That's mother's milk right there. A lot of us won't have that, and he's got all the tools, tricks, goodies, and gadgets, but he still brings a lot of information to the table for a guy with a G7 or a 5200 or whatever, or even a hand phone. He did a video on using your cell phone. Guy's got some pop. It was really worth watching. Really dig it. So I want to blame both of those guys for keeping me up late at night editing and creating a fire in the belly for this editing. I just love it. You know, some of the ideas that they bring to the table, some of the things that I've been able to try to instill into my videos are directly related to Will Dasvich, Daniel Marsh, Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat, Finn, you know, Kulas, all those guys, man. Such great creators on this channel, so they really put a fire in my belly, and I really appreciate their influence and their inspiration. So check them all out. They're all worth it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's just me opening a box. No big deal. I don't know how entertaining a video of a guy pulling a camera out of a box can be, but I was compelled to do it. So thanks for watching. My name's Craig. This is Kanon Kalog. Please subscribe below. We're going to take you on some trips in the Philippines when I get a chance to get back. Hope you enjoy the video. Catch you later. Okay, this is the G7. Hook, crook, or steel. I mean, get rid of some stuff, sell off old gear, try to get something that was 4K, that was kind of a little more updated and had outboard sound. The ZS35 that I've been shooting with, and I like this little camera. Portability, it's not the fastest focus, but really it's done okay. It's done okay. It doesn't have outboard audio mic input, and that just drives me crazy. The rig I'm shooting on right now is the Nikon D5200. I've got a Movo mic, cheap, off of eBay, but I like the way it sounds compared to the Rode. As popular and as good as the Rode is, you know, the $60 Rode, I like the audio on this. I like the way the bottom end roll off is. I like the dB cut is just about the right levels. You don't have to mess with it a whole lot. But anyway, so I needed something besides this, and I wanted to go to 4K. Now we'll see about rendering and editing in 4K. Well, that's a completely different story, but nonetheless. So what I want to do is I want to go over what comes out of the box. Okay, let's see what we got. Japanese, English, Espanol, ni habla portugués, Deutsch, francés, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, Italiano. Here's something, hey, in English, dear customer. DVD, guía rápida para foto 4K. Here we go in English. Quick guide for the 4K photo. So cool. And basic owner's manual. Hey, all right. An owner's manual is just in English, because you know how many times you get one of those owner's manuals and they're about this thick, and you know, it's like 2 pages of English and every other language, you know, Sanskrit, Aramaic, ancient Hebrew, all those, I mean, languages that you're never going to need. But here's the whole manual in English. That's cool. Aha. Instrucciones básicas de funcionamiento. Spanish, speak that, that'll work. Aha. Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm. Sunscreen, come in handy. Man, this camera right here that I'm running, the 5200, without a sunscreen in the Philippines, there's a couple times it was a pain. And this one without a sunscreen, kind of a pain. So that will come in handy at times. Here's the kit lens, the 14-42. Boy, that is cute, man. Compared to some of the other lenses you find, this looks like a, wow, like a photographic suppository. This is so small. Here's your basic strap, sorry. Charger, battery, USB cable. Excellent. There it is. You know, it's about the same. I think it's like 40 or 50 grams lighter than the SL2 and not a whole lot smaller. Being that it's a 4/3 sensor and lens, I mean, this, by the time you get a lens on here, then you've got a sizable difference compared to the SL2, which the SL2 is really the other camera that I was looking at because of the focus. I mean, obviously Canon's really got it going on when it comes to focus. But 4K, man. Now, one of the first things that I liked about this, when you go to set the language and you go through your touch screen and then you go to set the clock, you could do it two different ways. There's an up and down button on the screen itself, and then there's the toggles here. Now, usually when you use those toggles, you know how you have to just thump, 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 because you know your ADD kicks in and you want to get through there, so you click, 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 click. Well, this one, you press and hold, man, and it zips through the numbers, goes through the menus, sets those values very quickly, which it's a little thing, but man, how many times do you sit there and carpal tunnel yourself into trying to get the time set on something? It's just a pain. This one went through very quickly. So what I want to do with this camera is I want to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get it set up on the tripod, and I'm going to switch over from the Nikon 5200 with the kit lens, the 18 to whatever it is, 55, and switch over to this camera and continue with this video. So let's do it. Hey, just a real quick cut in. Last night when I was doing the cut from the D5200 to the G7, I went to the onboard audio. So I wanted to cut in a little bit of a clip that included the audio with the Movo mic put into the Lumix G7 just to kind of compare apples to apples. So this is the G7 with the Movo mic, and like it's pretty well flat all the way across the board with this thing. So just a little test footage to add in there to give us some reference points. All right, so this is the Lumix G7 compared to the 5200, which I like this camera. I've you know, it's an older rig. It's a nice camera, but it just is definitely an older rig that doesn't do 4K and does not do time lapse, does not have Wi-Fi. So an upgrade was definitely needed. But this will be the backup, obviously. Hopefully this camera provides me a couple of things. Good clear audio that can be rendered and have good shots. It's probably, focus-wise, I'm not real impressed with the Nikon as far as how it focuses. It's kind of slow and it's noisy. And its low light function doesn't work really great. So we'll see how all that translates, how I shoot, how it translates to the G7. But I just gotta say that, you know, right away, the features of this camera, and I did a lot of research on reviews, and I was pretty impressed with it. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully it does what I want it to, which is provide me good, clean shots. And the time-lapse stuff for some of the B-roll ideas that I have will be so much better. So I'm going to give this a shot. In the meantime, by the way, all this whole pack and everything, I think one of the first videos that I'm going to do with this, with the G7, will be show you guys all the stuff that I have in here. I carry a bunch of crap, and I carry it specifically for a given situation, and I also carry it in a specific location so that each and every time that I need something, I can go right to it, grab it, even in the dead of night in pitch black. So I might do one of those videos. In the meantime, this is the footage from the G7 compared to the D5200 previous. So let's get this stuff into a video and see what you guys think. If you have any comments, put them below. If you have any questions, put those below. Subscribe, and we'll take you on some adventures soon. I'm going back to the Philippines very quickly with this camera, so looking forward to that. In the meantime, my name's Craig. This is Kanong Kalog.